Start from the beginning.
You have a GPS navigator.
Yep.
And so this is a standalone unit, but you're downloading a map from Google Maps. So you're downloading waypoints from Google Maps.
Yes. And we actually use 2 waypoints per marker, and that's because at every single waypoint we want to have a location as well as a direction. So we calculate the heading from every other.
Okay, and of course it's raining right now, so everything's under the umbrella. But and then this is the handheld unit. So normally you wouldn't be carrying the laptop around with you, but today you are, because otherwise it'll be wet.
Yep.
And so now we're in Navigator mode.
Exactly.
And you have a mode selector by means of a trim pot.
Yep. So we're using this potentiometer, like a iPod Classic kind of deal.
Okay, latitude and longitude. So that's pretty close to where we are.
Yeah, that's pretty much where we are. -76. And then our next one right here is going to be having to deal with the actual waypoint. So this is the difference in the latitude and the difference in the longitude.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is in fractional degrees. Yes.
Right.
So this is 0.00034.
And so you pick it up and you walk, and you minimize that.
Well, that's one way to do it. You could just minimize that. It looks like we're almost at the correct latitude and almost the correct longitude. The one final menu over here is your distance to the waypoint and the target heading.
Okay.
So this tells you that the target heading is 270 degrees, which is due west.
Right.
And if you know where due west is, that's that direction.
That's over there.
That way.
All right.
Okay.
So you leaving the laptop here?
Oh yeah. We don't really. I'll get that.
All right. Okay. So we're walking now due west.
Yeah. So we can go back to our difference in the latitude and the longitude. That's the wrong one. So let's get that. So this is keep going a little too far. So this is the difference in latitude. So we have almost exactly the same latitude.
And
then we can watch as this longitude goes down. So we start at 1300. Now we're down to 1259. And then as we walk down these stairs, we're gonna get closer and closer. Yeah.
And where is the waypoint? Down at the bottom here?
So if you remember from the map, the waypoint is actually that diagonal path right before you get to Hollister Hall.
Okay.
So one other thing it's doing here in the background, so obviously it's updating our position, but also it needs to update our heading. So what we do there is that we calculate how far we've gone, and we use a pseudo distance because of course we could calculate distance using the square root of the latitude and longitude differences, but we thought that was a little bit too much work for what simple operation we're trying to do. So we just use the maximum difference and see whether it's gone.
Right. Okay. All right. So let's just stop for a minute here now.
So we're now only 0.000526 degrees off of our waypoint. So we're getting closer.
Okay.
What has also been happening at the same time as we're walking is that this LED, it blinks every single time we've gone a certain distance.
Okay.
So that tells you if you're updating the heading. So there's a little bit of averaging that you want to do. So the way that we do the averaging is to make sure that you've gone a certain amount of distance before we update what heading it looks like you're proceeding in.
Okay.
So we're getting closer and closer. Now we're almost to the waypoint.
Which is at the sidewalk up here.
Yeah, that sidewalk right there. So fairly soon on this GPS it's going to telling us which direction to go. Yeah. So at about this distance, 0.00015, this LED starts blinking, which tells you which way you're supposed to be going.
It says turn right.
Yep, so it's telling you to turn right, and that can also be read if you wanted to using this LCD.
Okay.
So it says right, and it says 140 degrees. 140 degrees is
90 plus 30.
90 plus 30, so that's a right turn.
And a little bit more, and we come right in.
Okay. There we go.
And so now we're on
So
target.
now we're seeing that we have taken kind of a turn, so it says that we only have to do 30 degrees more, and now it's registered that we've done the turn.
Okay.
So now it's gotten rid of that menu of that turn.
All right.
And now we're on to the next waypoint. So our distance is almost there. It's 0.000313, which is that next intersection.
Okay.
And it tells us the heading. So let's go back to kind of compass mode.
So what kind of resolution do you think you have?
It's actually a lot better than we thought. We thought we were going to get like 10 meters, but I think it's approximately...
To the left.
3 to 5 meters, which of course varies depending on the weather.
Yeah, and then the solar weather particularly.
Yeah.
So we're going to take a left here.
Yep.
Oh, I see the green lights blinking. Yeah.
And actually, you can also count the number of pulses it does to determine what degrees you should be turning. So it's 1 if you're going pretty much straight, 2 if you're going at a 45-degree angle, 3 if you're going 90, 4 if you're going 135.
Okay, so where are we headed to up here now?
We're going to be taking a right at the sidewalk. So once we get kind of closer to the road, it'll start telling us to take a turn.
Okay.
And it'll tell us the heading is approximately going 0. So now
we're going just about due east right now.
Well,
I'm sorry. Yes.
North.
No, north.
Due north.
North.
Yes. And it wants us to go right, which is due east, which is 90 degrees.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
So it tells you a little bit ahead of time, so that you kind of get to know like when you're supposed to be turning, not just like right when you actually are at the waypoint.
Right. So if you had a little bit of speed on you, like a bicycle or something, you'd know to.
Some bicycle or skiing, something like that. That's
yeah.
the
Right.
idea.
Yeah. Okay.
So then also we have another mode. So that was the Navigator mode. The other part of it is an Explorer mode. So if we hit this button right here, we can now go into Explorer mode. So now we're in Explorer mode. And that one has its own set of menus. The first one is the latitude and longitude, which is the same as the other one. And the other menu displays as push button to transmit, and it has 0 waypoints right now. So going back to the latitude and longitude, we can get some of the waypoints that are on there. So if you click this button right here, we can save that waypoint.
I see. So now you're actually recording a path on this device.
Exactly.
Yes. And
so now we have 1 waypoint saved on there.
Okay. And can you then upload those again?
We can upload that, and we'll do that once we get back to our computer.
Okay. I'm going to turn off the video now.